See? All right. So I'm going to read it again. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? So we're going to start with this, with the pre-trial release. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Okay. So all that time I was talking, y'all ain't hear me. Y'all can hear me now. David, you want to come up and so you could hear me? Because I need to switch between screens and I want to make sure. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I don't want to be talking, get deep into it, and then ain't nobody heard shit. Okay, because I've been talking for like a minute now. All right, let me drop the link. And I just need, to watch the comments for me and make sure that everybody is hearing what I said. I don't know where Ski at right now, but that's fine. All right, I dropped the link. So I'm gonna break this shit down really quick. So that I can prepare for my other live, which is Holly's legal alphabet salad. Okay. Hey, misunderstood. So did y'all hear what I was saying about an active, no contact stalking order and an enforceable payment still? Did you hear me when I was talking about that, David?
No, there's no sound.
Okay, so let me go back let me go back. So I was saying that when me and you was on a panel, on a Morris panel, and Trina was stating that it was not an active order. But what she didn't understand is that she was partly correct and partly not correct. So it became an active order once the judge signed it. It goes in a database called LEAD. Now, it wasn't an enforceable, meaning the police, if Holly would have called and said, this person violated the order, they would not have arrested Romika. What they would have did was serve her first. But if she would have hit Holly at that time, if she would have damaged any of Holly's property, if she was screaming and telling her, hypothetically or allegedly, I'm going to kill you, she could have got arrested on new charges, but there would not have been a violation of the order at that time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is where it gets tricky at, right? So, hypothetically, Romika was not unalived. Okay. She would have went before the judge. The judge would have seen that there was an active order, asked her, did she get served with it, and could have violated her because she knew she had informal notification and was served and pre-warned that a default order was being put in.
Correct.
Okay? So that's where the legal jargon comes in at. So I'm going to show you guys how in the next segment with Holly's alphabet salad that this works into her self-defense case. I don't know why they keep saying that PTO wasn't active. No, it was very, when you like to know, it was very much active. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into reading something for you guys, because a lot of people think that Holly cannot get out because there is no cash bond, and that is incorrect. Okay, her lawyer can put in as many motions to have Holly released, but I'm going to show you why. Okay.
My sister's friend is out on first degree murder charges right now. He's on house
Yes.
arrest.
Yes. It
He's
is
on
not
house
very
arrest. They
okay.
put the house up as collateral.
Yeah, it's not very common, because people don't have collateral coming out of Chicago. They don't have, you know, equity, and they don't have, money. So you can hear me and y'all can see the document, right? Because now I gotta go out of here. So hold on. Can you still hear me, David?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you still see the document?
Yeah.
Okay. So in Illinois, a person can be denied pretrial release. So what they call it now is pretrial release. The current term for being out on bond for a charge of first degree murder. In many cases, they will be detained, right? Because Illinois has eliminated the cash bond system under the Pretrial Fairness Act, meaning release is based on risks rather than ability to pay a monetary bond. Does everybody understand that? A risk than the ability to pay a monetary bond. Okay. So now we talking law right now. Pretrial release process for first degree murder is this: as of September 18th, 2023. Illinois court operates under a new system where cash bail is no longer used. Instead, a judge determines whether a defendant should be released or detained pending trial during a pretrial release hearing. Okay? And sometimes they call it a detention hearing. Detention I don't know, I'm tongue-tied today. Detention,
Eligibility.
thank you, offense. First degree murder is classified as a forcible felony, and a detention, say that word, David, say
E-
that word,
Eligibility.
offense, right? This means that the prosecutor can file a petition to have the defendant held in jail without release, right? Prosecution's burden. The state must prove by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant should be detained. This involves demonstrating, okay, and these are the factors. A proof of the defendant's guilt is evident, or the presumption of guilt is great. The defendant poses a specific, real, and present threat to an unidentifiable person or the community, or has a high likelihood of willingly flight to avoid prosecution. No combination of non-monetary conditions, such as a electronic monitor or a curfew, can reasonably mitigate that risk. Do y'all hear that? Electronic monitoring or a curfew could reasonably mitigate that risk. Means that with that bracelet on and with a curfew, they would be a threat to the community, a person, and a flight risk, right? Judicial discretion. The decision to deny pretrial release for first-degree murder rests with the judge, who evaluates the specific facts and circumstances of the case, the defendant's background, and the potential risks they present if released. Okay? High likelihood of detention. While release is theoretically possible if the defense can prove the state's evidence is not strong enough or the defendant does not pose a risk in practice, a bond will typically be denied for first-degree charges due to the severe nature of the offense and potential penalties, including life imprisonment. In short, a defendant charged with first-degree murder in Illinois is very likely to be held in custody pending trial, as the law specifically allows for the denial of pretrial release in such cases based on public safety and flight risk concerns. Now, and in my opinion, Holly does not have either. Okay, that's just my opinion. We will see in the near future. Now, here's where we get busy at. Yes, a defense lawyer can argue for their client pretrial release in first-degree murder cases in Illinois. However, getting released is challenging because the murder is an offense for which a judge can order detention without release under the Pretrial Fairness Act. But there has to be two reasons: public safety and flight risk concern. One, Holly has not left the state. Holly didn't leave the scene of the crime. Holly has been cooperative. Okay. Challenging the evidence. Now, the defense, so what y'all seen when she went to court that day was the prosecutor providing evidence, right? Supposedly.
Yeah, no, he didn't provide any evidence. All he read off was a partial witness statement and then a whole witness statement. So he read off partially from witness number 2, but he stopped himself because that statement doesn't necessarily favor Romika. And then he read off the Hispanic's entire witness statement while adding in a fist bump.
Right. So the prosecution brought forth this evidence, even if it was a statement, right? It was their evidence.
Right.
Right. So now the prosecutor argues and presents evidence in the favor of release. Their strategies often involve challenging the evidence, right?
In the favor of detention, not release.
Right. Now, Holly's lawyer has a right to challenge the evidence. The state has the burden of proving that the proof is evident or presumptions great, means hearsay, that the defendant committed the offense. A defense attorney can scrutinize the police report, the witness statements, and physical evidence to highlight the weaknesses in the prosecution's case, arguing that the high bar for detention has not been met. Okay? Disputing the risk. So Holly's lawyer has a right, and she didn't get that opportunity yet, to challenge the evidence. Okay? That's where the discovery comes to play, where any evidence that the prosecution has to be turned over to the defense lawyer, and any evidence that the defense lawyer has to be turned over to the prosecution, to the state. Now, disputing the risk. The lawyer can argue that the client does not pose a specific real or present threat to any person or the community, nor is a flight risk. This involves presenting evidence about the defendant's community ties, stable housing, employment, lack of criminal history, and compliance with past court orders. Now, this is Holly's lawyer. This is what she has a right to. Now, proposing conditions. Even if some risk is acknowledged, the defense can propose a combination of conditions that would sufficiently mitigate that risk, making detention unnecessary. And this is where it comes in. These conditions can include electric monitoring, GPS ankle monitor, shit I said way long time ago. No contact order with the witnesses, with the victims or witnesses, substantial abuse treatment or testing, strict traveling restrictions, and mandatory check-in with pre-trial release. Now, they also need to, her lawyer needs to ensure due process. The attorney ensures that the client's rights are protected throughout the process and that all procedures are followed correctly during this detention hearing. They have an adequate opportunity to confer with the defense and review the information relied upon by the prosecution, and which attorney Ari did not have that opportunity because she had just been obtained to be Holly's lawyer, just secured to be Holly's lawyer. Now, negotiating. While the focus is on the detention hearing, the attorney can also engage in ongoing discussions with the prosecutor about the case merits, which might influence the prosecutor stance on pre-trial release and further plea negotiations. Ultimately, the decision to release rests with the judge, who has broad discretion to evaluate the argument and evidence and presented by both defense and the prosecutor. And that's what the judge did not do.
He surely did not.
Okay? That's one part of it. Let me go to the other part. We're going to talk about Illinois' law. Uh-oh. Where my file at? Well, let me type it in. Illinois law. Hold on. 7. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me write this down. So I'm going to pull this shit up. You know, sometimes we have technical. Anybody saying anything in the comments? Do they understand where the argument comes in at? You hear me, David?
I haven't been reading the comments.
You're not reading them?
I'm going to pursue.
Let me write this law down. And the law is 725 ILCS 5. Okay. Let me close this because my document ain't pulling up and I don't like that business. So I'm about to pull up the law. Ari needs to make a complaint about the judge. Absolutely, because he should have adjourned it so that he could get give her proper time to present. But you know, they do that sometime. I'm pulling up the law right now. $725 IL, that's Illinois. Okay. Now. Let me see. I'm looking for it, y'all. Code of Criminal Proceedings.
the arguments that the judge gave on why he felt like Holly shouldn't be in society was the weakest
Right. But
excuse he could possibly give.
he went on a statement and a statement alone.
Exactly. A statement that hasn't been like vetted or verified.
Yes. Oh, okay, here we go.
It sounds like to me that he passed judgment before seeing or knowing any type of facts. And but he did see some facts, but I feel like he just looked over it because Ari did give him the TPO. He did give him that, and it was like he just skimmed through it and set it off to the side. And then she also already pulled out the stack of text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the text messages from Romika to Los read, "Why would you let her put a restraining order on you?"
I'm just looking for the. So I want to read from.
D.
Let me put
Lewis, nah, I don't know if she faced him before in court. She probably did. You know, he was a prosecutor just last year, so maybe she did go up against him. From what we
I'm
heard, yeah,
sure.
they from what we heard, yeah, they don't like her in that building. They say she's too they say she's ghetto. But when I seen her, shit, that lady was dripped in Louis Vuitton. And yeah, she's flamboyant. Like, yeah, she talks with her hands. Like, she's going to represent her client to the best of her ability. So if that's her being loud and trying to get her point across on deaf ears, then I guess that's ghetto.
Is it big on the screen, David?
Well, here backstage, everything is little to us. Mhm. It might be
Okay,
big
so
on the screen to everybody else, but backstage is
well
little.
they could look it up. It's law. It's 725 ILCS 5 Code of Criminal Proceedings. Okay, but I want to go specifically accept and continue. I want to go specifically to number 8. I want to go to number 8. I passed it. Okay. Well, actually, 7.
Yeah, April, and that's what I don't get because
Main petition.
that whole fist bumping thing wasn't anywhere in the reports. So where did they come up with this fist bump thing? I don't know. Like in the reports that was read, that's been out for the past couple months and everything. There's nowhere in there where it states anything about a fist bump. But somewhere out of fucking thin fucking air, the prosecutor pulled this fist bump out of his ass.
So it's all about the wording. So you see here,
Every time.
it says, let me go up some more so y'all can see. I will start. Order of protection or domestic violent order protectors means, and in the final order granted, right? Which includes all the remedies authorized by, and it gives a section, and it says petitioner may not only any name petitioner for this order, right? Name victim of abuse or behalf is brought by any person protected. Physical abuse includes sexual abuse of any kind, knowing or reckless use of physical force, confinement, restraints, knowing and repeating and unnecessary sleep deprivation, knowing or reckless conduct which creates an immediate risk of physical harm. Respondent is a petitioner from domestic violence or order protection, meaning the defendant. Stay away means for the respondent to restrain from both physical and non-physical contact with the petitioner, whether direct or indirect, including but not limited to telephone, mail, email, fax, written notes, or through a third party who may or may not know about this order, domestic violence order, right? Willfulness deprived means denying a person who, because of age, health, disability, medication, and it just goes on, shelter, expose this person to risk of physical, mental, emotional harm, except with regarding to medical care or treatment, when such dependent person has expressed the intentions to forego such medical care or treatment. So, and then it goes on to say, civil no contact orders, an ex parte or final order granted under the article, which includes a remedy authorized, and it gives the section 112A through 14, 0.5 of this code. Family members, household members, spouse, parents, children, stepchildren, person who shares a common dwelling. Non-consensual means lack of freely given agreement. Petitioners meet not only any named petition for the civil non-contact order and any named victim of the non-consensual sexual conduct. So I'm just going to skim through this a little bit. Respondent in a petition for a civil no, and respondent is Romika. Civil no contact order means the defendant. They are to stay away from the defendant. Now, I'm going to go down some more. Stay away means to restrain from both physical presence and non-physical contact with the petitioner directly, indirectly, through third party who may or may not know, and I repeated that again. Non-physical contact includes, but not limited, and this is all on the petition, for the purpose of this case involving stalking offenses, following the term shall have the following, meaning course of conduct, 2 or more acts, including but not limited to, in which the respondent directly or indirectly or through third party, by any actions, method, device, or means follow, monitor, observe, surveillance, threaten, or communicated to or about a person engaging in another other contact, or interfere with or damage a person's property or pet. A course of conduct may include contact versus electronic communication. The incarceration of a person in a penal institution who commits this course of conduct is not a bar to prosecution. Emotional distress means significant mental suffering, anxiety, or alarm. Contact includes any contact with the victim that is initiated or continued without the victim's consent. The victim is Holly. She had the petition. Her preliminary non-stalking order was given to her by default because Romika did not show up to court and bring the evidence that she said she had, right? So they had a hearing and Holly produced her evidence, but not limited or being in the physical presence of the victim. Do you hear that? Not limited to being in the physical presence of the victim, appearing within the sight of the victim, approaching or confronting the victim in public places or private property, appearing at the workplace or residence of the victim, entering onto or remaining on a property owned, leased, or occupied by the victim. David, you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just be muting my mic
No,
because
I just want to make
my
sure because
semi loud.
I want to keep going. Placing an object on or delivering an object to property owned, leased, or occupied by the victim. Okay? So if Holly leased that car, okay? Now, or financed that car, petitioner means any named petitioner for the stalking no contact order or any named victim of the stalking to whom behalf the petitioner is brought. Carson Smith was on that petition, which is Holly's son. Now, reasonable person means a person in the petition circumstances within the petitioner knowledge of the respondent and the respondent prior act. Respondent in the petition for a civil no contact order means the defendant. Stalking means engaging in a course of conduct directed at a specific person, and he or she knows or should know that this course of conduct will cause a reasonable person to fear for his or her safety, the safety of the third party, which would be Holly's son, or suffering emotional distress. Stalking does not include an exercise of the right to free speech or assembly that is otherwise lawful of picketing occurring at the workplace, that an otherwise lawful arises out of bona fide labor dispute. My eyes getting bad, y'all. I've been looking at a computer for about 8 hours, including any controversy concerning wages, salary. This goes with the job. Okay. Now, do y'all understand that? Because I read a lot, and y'all could go read it yourselves. Now, for the purpose of this paragraph, individuals who would have been considered family or household members of the child under the in paragraph 3, would Carlos be considered a family or household member of the child?
Yes.
Okay, let's keep going. Now, any family or household member of the named victim, which would be Holly, any employees of or volunteer of the Rape Crisis Center, the following persons are protected under this article in this case involving stalking offenses. Now, who may file a petition? Any person, any of the following person, if the person is abused. And this goes into kids. It breaks it down so thorough. Individuals who would have been considered family or household members, right? That's big. A petition for a civil no contact order may be filed, and it goes into, for kids, for sexual, for National Guards, military protection. A petition for a stalking no contact order may be filed by any person who is a named victim of stalking. So Holly had every right to put this petition out. Everybody talk about, oh, she wasn't really scared. She should have just fought. She should have just got her ass beat. But here it says A petition for a stalking no contact order may be filed by any person who is a named victim of stalking. Okay? The state attorney, on behalf of any minor child who is a family or household member of the named victim. The named victim is Holly. So any child or family or household member. Okay? Now, we gonna keep going because these people crazy. I don't even understand it. Now, it also says that, and I'm gonna skip a little bit.
The fact that they trying to leave Carson out of the whole equation is
that's the major part that everybody is trying.
How are they trying to look over the fact that Carson is there?
Now,
you can't.
They can't. So if y'all want to go read this, because now we're going to have a little bit of discussion, because them Romika supporters, they seem a little off. Like they want straight justice. They want Holly to go to jail by any means necessary. But at the end of the day, she had every right to keep a paper trail. She had every right to go and get a stalking order. Romika had the right to come to court if she felt that Holly, or she had proof that Holly was doing the same thing to her, and present. They had court in July. Romika was unalived in September. She had August, September to contact the courts, and she did not. She did not. Now, it says here that the summons shall be served by the sheriff and any other law enforcement officer, right? Because this is very very big. This is a big part here. In a county where the population is over 3 million, a special process server may not be appointed if the protective order grants the surrender of a child or surrender of a firearm. Now, Holly is a concealed carry, right? Had Romika provided proof that Holly was quote unquote or allegedly stalking her, her firearm license would have been surrendered. Okay? That means Holly wouldn't have had her firearm that day. Legally. Okay. Let me go some more. Now, if the respondent is not served, right, within 30 days of filing the petition, the court shall reschedule a court hearing. Now, there's many ways that you can do. You can do personal service. You can do service of publications. Now, the request for a final protection order can be considered at any time in the court proceedings. In a delinquency criminal case after service of the petition. Did y'all hear that? Number 5, under this law, the request for a final protection order can be considered at any court proceeding in the delinquency or criminal case after service of the petition. If the petitioner has not provided notice to the court proceeding at least 10 days in advance of the proceeding, the court shall schedule a hearing on the petition and provide notice to the petitioner, right? So that's why the case was ongoing, because Holly was providing notice that she had been making attempts. Now, here's the kicker right here. A court in the county with a population over 250,000 shall offer the option of a remote hearing to a petitioner for a protective order. The court has the discretion to grant or deny the request for a remote hearing. Each court shall determine the procedure for the remote hearing. The court shall issue and publish a court order, a standing order, local rules detailing information about the process for requesting and participating in a remote court appearance. Now, the court order, standing order, and local rules shall be published on the court's website, posted on a sign throughout the courthouse, including the clerk's office. The sign shall be written in plain language, including information about the availability. Now, default order. Here we go. We're going to get good now. And again, y'all can read it yourselves. I'm reading it directly off of it. Now, I'm not going to go into all the codes, right? If the respondent fails to answer or appear in accordance with the date set in the publication notice or the return date indicated on the service of a household member, a final civil no contact order may be entered by default for any of these remedies. David, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Now, if the respondent has been served with the documents, if the respondent failed to answer or appear within the date set, the publication notice or return date indicated on the service of the household member, a final stalk and no contact order may be entered by default, right? If the respondent has been served with documents under this subsection already, now, C of this section, if the respondent failed to answer or appear within the date set in the publication notice and return date indicated as service of the household member. Now, section 112A6, application of rules of civil proceedings and criminal law. Any proceedings to obtain, modify, reopen, or appeal a protective order of service of pleading notice shall be governed by the rules of the civil procedure of this state. Okay? So again, had she not went to court, Romika should have put in a motion to be heard. She did not. Now, it goes in jurisdiction over person. Let me see. And I want to make sure this is not in juvenile. Hold on. This is or custody. In child custody proceeding, court personal jurisdiction determine whether the state. Okay. Let's go down some more. Now, this is what I was saying by if Romika caught another charge, right? So, and this is just about the firearm. I'm just trying to find something. This is about the firearm, if they had the firearm or whatever. If Romika had a firearm. Hold on. I think I covered everything because some of this pertains, some of this doesn't. This is with children and domestic violence and stuff like that. This has nothing to do with or if you joint owned a home and it's, you know, but I seen something and this is long. It's very, very long. Like, and this is like best interest of the child and stuff like that. And marital properties and it breaks it down so fine, like in layman terms. It goes into search warrants and issuing warrants um and the different codes and it just it breaks it down where if you can read, because you got to be able to read, you know. So let me come back to the drawing board. Um. Oh, let me add K to the. Sorry, K. I was reading. Yes, no evidence. You're right, April. They definitely a difference. The bond judge knows about the restraining order and didn't care because he said both women harassed. But see, that's not true. That's not true because they have to show proof that Holly harassed Romika. Okay? There has to be proof. You can't just say, oh, this person, there has to be proof. In my next segment, I'm going to show you how the restraining order holds weight. We're not going to discuss that now. We're going to discuss that later because I want to break down what is LEAD. Does anybody know what that
Lead,
is?
yeah, that's lead. That's the system that they prove if your order was served or not, and if
Right,
it's active or not, and what they gonna do. Only the police officers and attorneys can see that.
right. And so I'm going to put on a screen, right? What is lead? So we
Yeah,
will know.
and also on all orders, whether it's an order of protection or it's order for no stalking, no contact, which they are two different orders. A lot of people get them mixed up. They are two different orders.
But she had
But
both. She had a no
yeah,
contact stalking order.
and all orders, they do put on there no third party interactions. So no third party should be contacting them. Whoever talked to both of them, they're not allowed to talk to both of them. They're actually only allowed to talk to one person. So the fact that the friend was going back and forth, that's a third party, and that made
Carlos is a third party if Holly was
yes,
there.
that will also make him a third party.
Yes.
So
And that's
any
why he's an important witness for
so
Holly's
any
defense.
anything that was said that was related, uh, anything that somebody came back and told Holly that Ramika said, that's a third party. That's a violation on her, not
Yes.
Holly, but the girl Ramika. It puts a
Okay.
violation on her. That's why they say no third parties, no ways to communicate. Don't converse about anything. Let it be. Should nobody come and tell you anything? Should nobody come talk to you about anything? Should nobody do anything about that?
Right.
That's why you take precautions. If you tell somebody no, you don't want to talk to that person, you record yourself making sure you tell these people, I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want their family members contacting me or anything. So you make sure you either get that in audio or you get that in some type of message, whether it's email, via text, or whatever you got to do. But you have to protect yourself because if they find out that you are talking to someone in order for them to be the middleman to for you to contact the person you have the restraining order on, you can lose your restraining order.
Yep.
They will vacate your restraining order.
So I'm gonna add this to the screen because we're gonna do this together. We're just stating facts, my cat. Okay. Y'all read let me read this out first and then y'all can read some comments. In Illinois, the justice system lead typically refers to law enforcement agency database, a statewide telecommunication and informant shared network. Okay. 1. Law enforcement agency database operates by the Illinois State Police. Purpose: it provides authorized law enforcement and criminal justice agencies 24 access to critical data, including criminal history, warrants, and protective orders.
And that's crazy because I just
Okay.
told you what leads is.
Okay. It also has, this is a pre-booking diversion model that allows police officers to exercise discretionary authority. Okay. Objective: to divert individuals with unmet behaviors, health needs, such as drug addiction, state of in Illinois. While the model originated in Seattle, various, girl, my eyes. Well, y'all can read. Yeah. It reduces jail population, right? And improves public health. Now, 3. Lead homicide investigators, a specific certification for Illinois officers who have completed specialized training to command homicide investigation. Lead charges, lead questioning. Okay. Now, I'm going to type in here. Is a no contact stalking order. No. Hold on. When is, so I'm, hold on. When is a no contact stalking order active? Now y'all see that, right?
It's active on the petitioner end once the judge sign off on it.
Come on
It's
now.
only active on the respondent end once the respondent is served or the respondent get notice of it through public. If it goes public notifications, whether respondent know it or not, it's active because it's
Hold on, listen. Now let me read it out to you. In Illinois, a stalking no contact order becomes active and enforceable only after the respondent, the person accused of stalking, has been legally notified of it. So when Romika went to court, she was notified, right? But listen.
Can you drop the link real quick?
All right, hold on. Who want to come up here? Oh, David.
David.
Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Because we're going to play with the words.
Oh, and then I say that last time, emergency restraining order is only active for 14 to 21 days. And somebody else said that shit is a lie. No, they renew it every time you go to court, and you go to court within those 14.
How could they challenge when he said she was going to say no? Make it make sense, huh? But her attorney mentioned she was pregnant and offered to show Romika's character. I'm assuming she meant those Facebook videos. Maybe. But let me go back to now. If the respondent was present in court when the judge issued the order, they are considered notified and is active immediately, right? Active once it's granted by the judge at a full hearing where both parties had the opportunity to present evidence, right? Now, by law, all stalking no contact orders must be entered into the law enforcement agency data system lead on the same day they were issued, allowing police statewide to verify the order stands instantly.
Don't forget
Now,
about David.
service of process. The law enforcement, usually the sheriff, handles the service of it to the respondent until they are served or otherwise have actual knowledge of the order. They cannot be arrested for violating it. Right? Now, let's play with the words here.
Not to cut you
When
off, but don't
is
forget
a
David waiting in the back.
preliminary no contact order active?
And we're not going back and forth for nobody, but we already know that those videos wasn't old. Those videos was less than 3 months old. Less than 2 months old. They was actually a month and a half old if you really want to be technical. They was up to 2 months old before her passing. And that's a known fact.
Now this is where active and enforceability, right? In Illinois, a preliminary stalking no contact order becomes active the moment it is signed by the judge following a formal hearing. However, it's enforceable by law. Enforceable depends on whether the respondent, the person being ordered to stay away, has received legal notice. Now, active and enforceability. Effective immediately. The order is officially in effect as soon as the judge grants it. Now, notice and enforcement. While active, it can only be enforced by police after the respondent has been notified. But in court notice, if the respondent was present in court when the order was issued, they are considered notified, right? Service of process. If the respondent was not in court, the local sheriff must serve them with a copy of the order before it can be enforced against them. Right? But here's the kicker. It typically lasts up to 2 years, renewed, permanent order. Boom, boom, boom. Can the no contact order be held against someone? Let me see. Held against the respondent if brought before the courts with after being arrested for similar charge against the petitioner. Who is that? Can a no contact, can a signed preliminary default No contact order be held against the respondent if brought before the courts after being arrested for similar new charges against the petitioner. Did I spell that right? Yeah. It's thinking, y'all. Yes. Y'all see that? Yes, a signed preliminary default stalking no contact order can be held against a respondent in future court proceedings, especially if they are arrested for new similar charges against the same petitioner. While a default order is issued because the respondent failed to appear in, it remains a valid and legal binding judgment once service of process is confirmed. So, hypothetically, if Romika was arrested, she wasn't unalive, but she was arrested, right? For hitting Holly, damaging her car, threatening her, even if it was disorderly conduct, right? Had she went before the court, she would have been charged. Now, if the respondent is arrested for new stalking and harassment charges while preliminary order is active, see, that's the key word, active. The existing order affects the case in several ways. Elevates criminal penalties under Illinois law. The first violation of an SNCO is a Class A misdemeanor, right? Now, however, if there's a pre-existing order or prior convictions, violations can be charged as a felony, a class 4 felony, which carries a potential prison sentence of 1 to 3 years. Evidence of the course of conduct. Stalking charges in Illinois require the state to prove a course of conduct, 2 or more acts. A prior preliminary order, even if issued by default, serves as a document, legal evidence of previous course of conduct or a prior incident involving the same petitioner. Now, aggravating factors in sentencing. The judge may consider factors in aggravational. What? Hold on, where my fucking glasses? Factors in aggravation during sentencing. A history of ignoring court orders, no contact directives, and typical viewed as an aggravating factor that may lead in harsher penalties, such as higher fines and maximum jail time. Here we go. A default order carries the same weight as one issued after a contesting hearing. The respondent failure to appear is legally treated as a forfeit of their rights to challenge the allegations in the specific civil proceeding. To be used in criminal context, the prosecutor might prove that the respondent was served by notice of the order. If the respondent was never served, there may be grounds to challenge the enforceability, right? So I'm gonna stop there and we're gonna answer some questions because I need to take a break before I go into my next segment. But do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? It is going to be held against Romika. And I don't think people understand that. Do y'all understand where I'm coming from? That it's going to be held against her because she did not show up. And so there was a hearing where evidence was produced, even though it was by default, that, oh, Somebody waiting to come on the panel? My bad, David. So y'all kind of get where I'm going? Because I'm going to show y'all in my next segment how all of this benefits Holly. All of this. It's clear she knew about the restraining order. The judge said if she didn't show up, it would be issued by default. Yes. So that is called informal notification. She knew about it. Or formal. Let me Google that. Girl, where you been, girl? So let me Google that. Because the difference between formal and informal. Hold on. Formal and informal notification.
Cat lady, you do know that wasn't the final ballistics report, right?
When a no contact stalking order. Now I gave y'all what's the difference in a formal non-formal. Okay. Let's see. And in a no contact stalking order, the formal notification is a legal requirement that creates bonding and enforceable consequence. An informal notification has no legal weight in the terms of arrest or violation, right? So there is a such thing as formal and informal. The purpose of informal is warning might be relevant as evidence in initial hearing to show history of unwanted contact or need for the order. But they didn't activate the enforcement mechanism in the final court order itself. So they cannot debunk that Romika was informally notified, because when the judge asked her, "Are you aware that you have a petition against you with the non-stalking order?" Romika replied, "Yes." When the judge asked, "Was she notified?" Romika replied, "Yes." I think she will and hope she will be released December 23rd, but I do not see her having to do some time. I don't see her being completely free. Okay. Meek should have went straight to work. This is true. Neither should contact or any words while the order was in place, because the order was very much active. So allegedly or hypothetically, if Romika would have got arrested that day, right, they would have brought her in on new charges, right, and she went before the judge that ordered this signed this the non-stalking order. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What you think that judge would have did? What do y'all think? Y'all tell me in the comments. What y'all think?
Violated her and either gave her 30, 60, or 90 days in the county jail.
It's not mutual combat when somebody has an order. That is called defending yourself. Because what y'all fail to realize is the threat was already documented when that default order was signed by the judge. So the prosecution is going to have to prove a lot of shit. And they're not going to be able to because the imminent threat came when the judge signed the order. So it's definitely not first degree murder. Definitely not. And I'm going to read some things to you in the next segment. That's my wash machine. Y'all hear it? Is it loud? Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all share it. Because I want some people to try to debunk what I'm saying. Because I got something else for their ass. Pink Lily, the courts tell you what to do when the order is violated. But listen, had Romika really wanted to bring forth a case against Holly, she would have went to go speak and consult the law attorney as she told the judge that she was going to do. And they would have advised her. They would have advised her to go to court. But she didn't. She didn't have no intentions on going to court.
It's no disputing it because court was literally in the palm of her hand. All she had to do was click on the Zoom app, put in the room number and the PIN code that they give you for a court.
Right. She didn't even have to go in the building.
She could have literally went in there and say, "Hey, judge, I haven't obtained a lawyer yet. I need a little bit more time to obtain a lawyer." And the judge would have to grant that to her. Because if she wants to be represented by a lawyer, the judge can't sit up and say, "No, this is taking too long. You'll just have to proceed without one." No, she has the right to be represented by a lawyer. So all Romika had to do on July 14th was log in the palm of her hand and ask the judge for more time to obtain a lawyer.
But here's the even better part about it is, and I like this question. I like this statement. It's not legally required for someone to call the police during or after an attack. Well, let's see. Is it required for someone to call the police after being attacked in Illinois? Let's see. Okay. Can y'all see this? Am I still sharing my screen? My son putting the damn wash machine on. And that shit is loud. What? My cat, you are the problem. Okay? Because Google is my fucking best friend. Would you want me to use chat? As I got that too. Now, let me go and share. I lived it. How about that? Um, I gotta stop screening. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me or no? Somebody
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I had to stop sharing and I'm gonna share again. We doing this in layman terms. Now, somebody made a statement and I wanted to see if that statement was true. I gotta close some of this shit. Oh my God. All right, good. Share screen. Somebody made a statement and they asked and they said, hold on, I gotta add it to the screen. In Illinois, an adult victim is generally not legally required to call the police after being attacked, although it is strongly recommended for investigation, evidence collection, and victim compensation purposes. While there is no general mandate for a victim to report a crime, certain specific situations or professionally do have mandatory reporting requirements. Okay? So you were absolutely right with that. Um, let's see. I want to ask another question. Is it hold on. Is it required for someone who has a non-stalking order to report trying to see how I can word this order to call the police? No. It is not required but highly recommended to call the police for any violation of protective or non-stalking order, as this order may violate a crime, allow for immediate police action, arrest, create a record for future legal steps for extending the order or even a violation that seems minor. So it's not mandatory or required, but it is highly recommended. But it's not, it's not against the law for not doing it. Okay. I'm trying to look for some other shit. Let's dig deeper. A lot of people don't like AI. In general, there is no legal requirement for a person protected by a stalking no contact order to call the police if the order is violated. So, booyah. I said that. I'll read some comments. And then I'm going to take me a break because the next segment is y'all going to have to brace yourself. I never said she would be released. I know Illinois justice system very well, so I do not make bets on what they will do. April, this is not self-defense. It is very much self-defense, and I'm going to show y'all in my next segment, and we can argue it, but I'm going to show y'all some things. And I'm telling y'all right now, I have a video that I'm going to show. I tried to block out Romika as much as possible. There is reasons why I am showing this video. I am not doing it to disrespect anybody and when I say I try my hardest, I try my hardest. I even had someone help me because when I did it, I didn't feel, and I had someone else help me do it as well. If the judge made a statement to say he's denying any detention hearing moving forward, makes for a lot of wiggle room in the appellate court. There is a level to due process. Absolutely. Let's read some more comments. Yeah, Holly won't be home for Christmas. Well, we will see, won't we? You don't know that, Aisha. You can only assume. And they know what they say, assuming makes an ass out of yourself. Right. So that's the thing. She didn't have to report anything either because Carlos was on the phone with the police. Not only that, maybe she was in shock. And I'm going to show you how when traumatic things happen, there are things that come into play with it. You know what I mean? It's called process. The brain has to process some shit. What you say? Katie, why? That is nasty to do. Yeah, I put my money on it. Oh. Okay. Let's read some more comments. And maybe if you can't call the police, because at that moment you can't find the words, you're in shock, it's better for somebody else to call them. And guess what? That's your opinion. You don't know that for a fact, my cat. So how will the courts know? Because I just made that clear. They have a database called LEAD. Hi, Real TV. Did you do what I suggested for the kids at last time? I did speak, and I'm getting some information. So I did speak to someone, and we're working on it. So as soon as I know, you guys going to know. Okay, I'm gonna put the information out there if they're gonna do it or not. You know his job better than him. And her newborn was there. That's fine. Ski, you ain't on the panel. You quiet.
Yeah, I'm just waking up, trying to get myself together right now.
Okay, I ain't gonna bother you. Go back on mute. I don't think Romika family want to hear from me, honey. But I think that's covered on that side. You might have to speak to somebody that's closer, with that family and, you know, facilitate that. Whether Holly, okay, hold on. Whether Holly is released on the 23rd or not, she should go to trial because they won't get a first degree conviction. If she's convicted of second degree, she could still get probation. You're absolutely right, Queen. And from what I know, she's not taking a plea. She's going to take it to trial. She's definitely going to take it to trial. So again, I put my disclaimer up. I'm going to post a video. Um, it may be disturbing to some. I tried to block it out as much as I could. And it's for educational purposes. It's basically going to show some things that's going to clarify a lot of speculation. The video also has words. So you're going to hear the words of the witnesses that was there that day. The words are going to come up on what they were saying. I will speak with the aunt. She definitely cares about all the kids and the holiday. I'm just saying, but you are the host, so I will get back to you on that. Yes, I don't have no problem posting it and posting the information, but I'm not going to reach out. Hurry up before you go to bed. Girl, I need a break. I need some water. I need a little break. um, but you could always catch the replay. I don't blame her, as I don't think 12 people will find her guilty unless there is something we don't know about. Okay.
I
Hannah.
don't I don't think 12 people gonna find her guilty either because you gotta know it's gonna be some card carrying white folks on that jury that believe in self defense and they're just not going to see it as first degree.
Well, you know that saying, I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by
Carried
6.
by six. Yeah.
It's judged by 12.
Oh, what I said.
You said tried. It's judged.
Oh, same shit, right? I don't know. Well, judged by 12 or carried by 6. So I'm going to let Ski wake her ass fully up because they're going to definitely be coming for me.
I know I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
And Kay and David,
He
they,
said
they,
she trying to get her life together. Leave them hoes alone.
they're going to be coming for me, baby, because how I'm about to break down Holly defense, they're going to be mad at me, Bookie. And it's called
Well, don't
Holly's
be mad, Bill.
Alphabet Salad.
I'm finna join from my laptop, so go ahead and have me on the camera.
You may want to step out. We know you won't want to see this. Yeah,
Ugh,
and
shit.
I'm going to play it. So everybody better brace themselves. But like I said, me and my team, we did our best. Oh, why you on both platforms? Oh,
That was me.
we did our best to block it out. Um,
Hey, I wonder since the investigation is over, the investigation has been completed. Has anybody did a FOIA request for the body cam footage of the police officer when they arrived on scene?
I had did it before, and because it was an ongoing investigation. And matter of fact, I need to check my email because I did let them know that the investigation was over and to request it. So I don't know. I need to check my email. I'll check it later and see because I did request it. April said, David, you are a handsome young man. David is married, honey.
And you can't call him handsome. They'll come for you for calling a married man handsome.
Yeah. They tried to
Hey,
cut your head off, auntie. Like a handsome man can't, a married man can't still be handsome because he got a wife. He got to be ugly.
Right.
April, I'll try. I'll try. Thank you
Because
very
he
much.
mad. Because he married. He got to be ugly, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
They find out any excuse to come for us.
They sure in the fuck do.
I was just teasing you, April. I was just teasing you because, like Steve said, she called him handsome. And honey, they can't. He married and you ain't got no respect. And you, like, you can't tell a married man he
Every
handsome.
chance they get, they make sure they remind me.
You sure y'all like this
They they
live?
mad because my hair turns
Y'all can
naturally
share it so the
blonde in the
Romika was
summertime.
supporters to come after me. Cause I got something for their ass.
Hey, these folks crazy.
I got something for their ass. But oh yeah. I'ma show y'all the Justice for Romika group. Somebody sent me screenshots of what they was talking about. Call me dumb, stupid. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I just want to know what's going on
They
with
want to
all the
know what's my page.
what's going on with
Cause
all the damn doxing going on. That's
cause
just,
I put self-defense is not murder. Uh, justice for Holly. I mean, no, take that back. To free Holly. Aisha said, "Hey, Ski, and happy holidays to you all. Same to you."
Hey, happy holidays, my girl.
So, what time did I say I'm gonna start the next live? 10:30. Let me see. I definitely need a break. I need to drink some damn water. How about that? Um, but I know that a lot of people was might not be up because we gonna talk a little shit. We gonna talk a little shit, and then
I'll
yeah, I
be
put
up.
10:30.
Mm.
I'll be up. I won't be
Right,
off
my
until
crew gonna be up. I ain't
I won't
worried
be off
about it.
till 1:30 a.m.
I'll be
My
up
crew
Who
here.
gonna be
leaving
up.
when I come
Yeah,
back?
I didn't miss my maids coming and shit. I'm so irritated.
You done miss your who?
My maid service because I fell asleep.
10:30. I'll be asleep. Oh man, but don't worry. You catch the replay because everybody gonna be talking about this. Real T. Did you see my comment before that? Because I care so much about the babies. My problem. I don't know what comment you talking about, but I think when you said you gonna reach out to the aunt, that's the one I seen. I'm gonna put this on the screen so everybody can see this because my problem is y'all sending the wrong message to our community, which is in return is going to have a lot of people sitting in jail facing murder charges. I don't know how you see things, but if it was my son, if it was my daughter that defended themselves, because again, we're not gonna keep going into this. Holly did not pull up on Romika. Romika pulled up on Holly. Whether Holly was standing there with Carlos or not, she knew that there was an active petition, possible order for her to stay away from Holly and any third party. Okay. Okay, inbox me. So y'all could play this mind game and don't want to deal with the facts. Right. And the law is the law. And there's something called self-defense and justifiable homicide. And you might want to do your research on that. Because you starting to annoy me.
Here's
I
the
didn't
thing,
come
y'all.
on here to
You can't.
argue with nobody or go back and forth because I don't do that. I came on here to provide facts, which I did, and
You
teach
can't.
people
You can't want the
the
law
law.
to. You can't want the. You cannot want the law to apply for Holly, and then at the same time not want it to apply for Romika.
Because absolutely, and what people fail to understand is an active order is different from an enforceable order, enforceability, but the active order still stands, love. It ain't going nowhere. Actually, it's still in the database.
Right. The only thing
That the
that
judge
matters
signed
is
it.
the intent to cause bodily harm. That's the only thing that matters for self-defense. The intent to cause bodily harm. If you want to
Right.
fight somebody, the intent to cause bodily harm. Because you don't fight people without thinking you're going to hurt them. Because there's no point in fighting. You could argue.
Right.
But it's the intent to cause bodily harm.
But I'm going to show y'all in the next segment how it's going to get a little graphic. If RM would have kept going, we would be having this discussion. Absolutely, D. Lewis.
Point blank. Point blank. Nothing
And
else.
what people are not understanding is they don't expect Holly to have supporters. They don't expect Holly to have a self-defense case. They don't expect people to care about Holly. They want us to believe that she's a stone cold no. There were things that took place. A long line of things, a year worth of shit that took place before this incident even happened.
2
And we're
years.
not going to ignore it on this side.
2
We're
years
not going to act
technically
like
because it started in
Romika got out the
2023.
car to say fucking hello after not talking to her baby father and moving and changing her number and a whole amount of things. We're not going to act like she got out the car to have a civil conversation
And
after
that is
going
the
through
big
all
point.
these remedies to have no contact with him.
She had to change her number after they said she'd had that number since high school.
She changed that fucking number because she knew they was trying to serve her. But that's allegedly. Come on now.
No, I'm talking about Holly. They said Holly had to change her number after she had it since high school.
Right, but I'm saying Romika allegedly changed her number. And she changed her number because the police was calling her. She was ducking and dodging. Because you went to court. It ain't like she didn't go to court. She went to court. So she knew some paperwork was coming. She ain't want it. But until they can produce the evidence that Holly was harassing her, besides that video, I would never, until they produce some factual information, Pink Lilies, Holly wasn't harassing Romika.
They don't have that evidence because the text messages that Ari has shows that Holly was not responding back to any of Romika's text messages.
Now, do you hear that from somebody that was in court? Come on, man. And I'm so tired of hearing people. The video ain't facts either because she never said Romika name. Period. Period. Nor did she say she was going to hurt Romika's son, threaten her, threaten the son, none of that.
It's just funny how they trying to
No,
use
I'm not going to
these.
go back and forth with anybody. We having dialogue right now, but if I feel that it's thing, I'm going to hit the block your ass. Bye.
I find it funny that everybody
I don't
trying to
know
pull
what
up these
evidence either.
trending
Doesn't have
these
until the
trending
case goes to
TikTok
court.
videos.
Exactly. There
Use
might
them
be
again.
more evidence. Sorry, what you said, Kay?
I said I find it funny how they trying to use all these trending videos to use against her, but they all old. They like 2021, 2022.
Right. That's another thing. Crazy work.
Exactly. All of those
So
videos
they
that they
trying to
bringing up
make it
on
sound
her.
like she had the mentality of a serial killer. Oh well, KILLER.
All of those videos was before Rose even met Holly. They didn't even know of each other then.
And if y'all think that them text messages and ain't gonna come up with the messy friend that was going back and forth telling both of their business, ain't gonna come up in court. I'm sure they got a stack of text messages the size of an old dictionary. All right. Every person that was messy and had something to say gonna be brought up. Watch what I tell you. Every family member. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are bitter and delusional. Sure is. And they get mad when somebody is speaking in Holly's defense. But they can speak in Romika's defense, cuss you out. Listen, none of the Holly supporters been in nobody inbox threatening them people or talking crazy to them. But I can show you. If I showed y'all my inbox, y'all would be like, what the hell? I bet on what? No,
Why do
I
you guys
don't
get
bets. I
why do
don't
you
bet with
guys get
nobody's
threats and
life.
I don't get threats? That sucks. I want a threat.
Lord, I don't pay no mind. I just laugh at the shit.
Look, I want a threat. I haven't got any. I got a lot of friend requests, but I ain't got
So,
no threats.
David, are you saying the prosecutor has no evidence showing Holly text or call Romika calling her name and antagonizing her?
Nope.
That's
Well,
what
I
he's saying.
don't. I can't. No, let me take that back. I can't say what the prosecutor has because I haven't seen the discovery. I'm not Holly's lawyer. I don't know what they have. I know what Ari has. I saw what was in front of her on the desk, and it was a very big stack.
What I said, like the size of an encyclopedia.
That's
It
it.
was a very big stack, and they were all text messages. They were Instagram messages and stuff.
I
Text
believe so
messages.
too. I believe that they should have got her some help because they seen her going in a downward spiral. Why I say that is because the videos of her crashing out, you could tell that mentally she was not there.
Well, technically,
If
you
she
can't
wasn't
say
there
they should have
mentally
got
when
her
she
help.
recorded herself stalking the page, that right there let you know that's not normal behavior.
Well, technically, you can't say they should have got her help when they all do this. This ain't new to them.
My cat stops. Just stop. We're
This
gonna
is
have
Meow meow
some
meow
people
meow
that
meow
are
meow meow
going.
meow meow meow
Unfortunately,
meow
baby
meow
mama
meow
dropping
meow meow meow.
happens a lot of time. What doesn't happen is one ending up in unalive, and we should all take this as a lesson. A lesson. Yeah. Learn from it. Were the text messages before or after there was a no contact order?
I'm pretty sure it's before
Before,
and
after, during?
It was before the no contact order. Romika hadn't she hadn't done any any of her activity
Well,
after
I
the
should say the petition,
yeah,
because
she
in
hadn't
the
done anything
in
after the
Holly's
position.
petition, she said that Romika was threatening her from Little Los's phone,
Yeah.
from a
She,
text
well,
now. That
but
the
she
messages, the harassment has been going on
she hadn't done anything
a very
after
long
the
time.
petition was put in on the 14th.
I mean, to
Only
walk
thing she
away.
did was contact Los and ask him why would you let her put a restraining order on me?
Well, I'm glad your lesson is when to walk away, but it also should be not to run up on somebody.
Facts.
Let's keep it a buck 100. You came on as a content creator chat on YouTube and got blocked for threatening females. Not taken away from how you feel, but you should have not done that all at all. It's facts over feelings.
How the fuck y'all gonna tell a grown ass man what the fuck he should and shouldn't do?
Who did I threaten?
You said Keys, you want to box him, knock his and
Yeah.
and knock him a few times, but I don't consider that a threat. Boxing is legal.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what female did I
Yeah.
threaten.
And even if you did, who gives a fuck? Because the fuck these bitches want equal rights. Fuck them. I'm pretty sure she probably said something out of pocket.
Yeah,
They
she called
always,
him gay. Say he was. I'm not even gonna fucking repeat it.
they always fucking do. Like these
Oh, it
bitches do not
wasn't
do
Keys
this.
chat. So who chat was it then? And what he say?
I think they talking about what happened on Royal D Live.
If a man is done with you, just walk away. Period.
You said what
But
happened on
like
Royal
I
D
was
Live.
stating,
But
Yeah.
even on her live, I didn't threaten the person. I said I'm going to be there on the 23rd, and if anybody wants to run up in my face,
Right.
then you gonna fucking find out what the fuck gonna happen. That's
Yeah.
not me threatening. That's
Newport
not
told
me
her that you
threatening.
beating a
That's not me.
female alive.
That's not me threatening you. That's me saying I would like to see
don't make
somebody
it
come
any
up.
time to
All
look
this
up,
shit that
but take note of the message that the state of Chicago is about to send. Well,
what I'm saying is all the shit that motherfuckers been saying online and all that shit. Well, you said you gonna be there on the 23rd, so come to my face and say that shit. I guarantee. I put my right hand up to God. I guarantee nobody is gonna come up to my face and say the shit that they've been saying online to me. You're not gonna do it.
right.
So it's like stay behind the keyboard, type what you gonna type, but in person, you pussy.
With them Twitter fingers.
Yeah, that's what Newport told her. So they now everybody think you threatened a
Yeah,
female.
yeah. Newport said she was gonna be
David, it's
she
a
said she was gonna be
fair
there. So
warning.
Yeah.
What the hell you mean, David? It's a fair warning. What
it's
you
a
mean
fair
by?
one. Yeah, it's a yeah. Basically,
Oh,
yeah.
she's
It
saying
is a
that
fair
that's a
warning.
fair warning.
She's
Okay,
saying it's a
sorry.
fair warning.
I
Right.
read that wrong.
Run up, get done up.
Thank
You on
They
that
goodness
op shit, get
he
they
mop
talking
stick.
that high
were
power shit
able to
today.
talk
So that
years
shit is
later and
crazy how they
determine
talking.
he was lying to the both of us. I'm just glad the cooler head prevailed, but it took time. Yeah, I'm
What
somebody
happened?
baby mama too. They about to make it clear for the ones who are confused about how the law works. Okay, well, it's sad for all parties. It is definitely, there is no winners here.
At all.
Not that, no, not that, not what you said. You said, come to my face and say that right now.
I
Anybody can pull
no,
up.
I didn't.
And
I
I'm
didn't.
about
I
that
didn't say.
female taking
Yeah,
the
I didn't
shit.
say that right now. I said come on the 23rd. Come to my face and say that shit that you've been saying online. I guarantee you not. That's not me threatening you. And like the other person just said, it's fair warning. say that
Right.
shit to my fucking face.
They're talking about females take offense to that. Well, that's a personal thing. He ain't call nobody
Exactly.
out specifically.
Right.
You take that person,
Exactly.
that means that's on you.
I'm saying anybody
Listen,
that's
some
been talking
people
shit, say the
some
shit to
people
my
have
face.
bilingual hands.
Oh, my hands are ambidextrous.
Oh
Anybody in
shit.
Chicago hands is
Not you about to catch a case for Carlos. No, he about to catch a
No,
case
I'll catch
for
my
if
own
somebody
case.
fuck around and find out.
Exactly. You come to my face talking that booty chatter, you just gonna have to find out what the fuck I can do.
Right. These motherfuckers is
My
crazy.
cat, I agree. Please hold on to that same energy. If it doesn't work out in your favor, make sure you come back. Okay.
My cat says she wants to
Why are people having all these
meet up that
emotions
morning.
talking about each
My
other,
cat says
threatening
she
each
wants to
other,
meet up
and
that
displaying
morning, and she
disrespect
wants
towards
to have
females?
dialogue
I don't understand why
on
both
this case.
sides
I don't mind
is
doing that.
there this hostility. No, it's
You
not,
want
because
us to
you don't
move
hear us
ethnicity?
saying we want to F up the Romika supporters. You don't hear us saying that. It's not what you hear. What you hear is we're tired of getting the threats and them talking shit to us over the internet. They are very disrespectful. I have inboxes where they tell me your best friend, I hope her baby die. I hope her son die. You wishing death on innocent babies. That is not a supporter of Romika. That's mental illness.
Right. I agree.
what's really messed
Miss
up is
Kid,
them
hello.
stalking people so bad to the point that they find out their real name and look all their personal information up and post these people addresses and post all
Right.
these
Half of
people
these women
information.
is a not half of these men. It's
Look,
not about that life giving big man energy, and they ain't gonna bust a grape at a fruit fight.
He's not threatening anyone. He didn't
yeah,
he
I'm not
didn't
threatening
say,
anybody.
"Oh, come here and I'm gonna do
No,
this and this
realty,
and
it was
that to you."
David.
He's
If you
telling
gonna
he's
be in
telling
the chat,
everybody,
he
if
should
you
not
come to
threaten
him
anybody.
in an ill-mannered way,
If
he has
that's a
the right
threat,
to
if you
defend himself.
He
if you
giving
feel
y'all a
that that's a
disclaimer.
threat, yeah, it's a disclaimer.
Crafty.
If you feel that that's a threat, then you got some very like sensitive ass fucking feelings, like for real. If you feel that
Hmm.
that's a threat, because you want to hear a real threat. A real threat is what I said to Black Paris when I said, "Bring your ass to Chicago. I bet you meet my switch."
How is
That's a
this
threat.
is how the mess between Roman and Holly went
That's it.
down to social media. We have to do better as people. I'm talking in general. Again, I have not went in anybody's inbox or on anybody's platform or page and threatened them, but yet I have 30 to 50 every day threats and disrespect.
Not the only one.
So I deserve that because I'm a Holly supporter. Come on, man.
Hey, T,
But these people don't know me in real life.
you got threats. I got friend requests.
Let me tell you the friend request, the stalking, because you only come in to stalk my page. I have Romika supporters that stalks my page. And then they go and they post the shit in a group and they talk about it and you could just see. I got people that send me the screenshots.
Shit, you can stalk. Y'all can stalk my page all you want. You know, all you gonna be like, damn,
But
that
I
nigga
have
got a
never
lot of money.
threatened anybody, Pink Lily.
I know
Mm.
I got
I ain't
threatened.
threatened nobody because I
They
don't
said
need
they was
to.
gonna Mac blast me.
They gonna do what, Blasty?
This
They gonna
TC
Mac
has
blast me.
nothing but females in her chat, and you the only man she respectfully lets in. So all I'm saying is you should try to tone it down, especially because this case is tense.
Tone what? Tone
No,
what
he
down?
actually
Where
he
have I?
doesn't. He
Where
doesn't
have I?
have to because you don't have to come over here and listen to it. He's entitled to his
Right.
feelings. His feelings are valid. His opinions are valid. Opinion is
And
like an
y'all get
asshole.
real disrespectful on
And
this internet.
do you know I have since I've been on here, I haven't cussed not one
I'm not
person out.
cooking
I haven't
nothing.
cursed
That's
at anybody.
somebody else.
I
They're
have
doing the
talking
same thing
about tone
Romika
it
did,
down.
stalking,
Shit, the
running
motherfucker better
up
than
and
me because
screaming and ready to
I
be
tell
bullied.
everybody, fuck y'all, fuck your
Right, because
mama.
we not bullying nobody.
Oh,
What we saying
Right.
is
these motherfuckers
respectfully.
crazy.
Respectfully, run up, get
Personal
done up.
space is very
You on that op
important.
shit, get mop stick.
Personal space is very important. COVID still exists. People should be staying 6 feet away.
I
Or
ain't
they
Mhm.
gonna
gonna fuck around and
see.
find out. Don't
See,
let
I'm not
people
gonna
understand. I mean,
see. I'm not gonna
I don't
sugarcoat.
think
I'm a
people
fucking
understand we have
demon.
to be careful, not specifically you. I'm saying everyone needs to stop the disrespect. Ski and
I'm
realty
trying to
are
figure
not
out how
all that
is
ball. Yeah,
responding to
because we
somebody.
don't.
I'm trying to
Like
figure
he has
out
a right to respond when somebody is saying something to him and he doesn't agree. He doesn't feel like that's correct. You're quoting him. I was on Romika's side until I found out she was a bully. Well, you said it, not me. I can only show you proof of bullying behavior.
See, this is why I can't be no content creator because I'll take it to hell. They will
And
hate.
that's what.
And
They
one
will be
thing
That's
about
counseling
that's
me
me,
why I can't
every
be
I'm just
one.
going to
day.
expose you. I'm going
I
to
will be counseled every
all the
day.
people that are in my inbox, and I just pick a couple of them. I don't do them all, but the ones that's really, really disrespectful, I expose their ass.
Uh-huh.
And after that,
I'll
See,
tell
this
you right
this
now.
why they be mad at Ari because y'all know she stay clapping back.
I'm
Motherfuckers be
horrible. I
disrespectful.
need counseling.
I put it
I
to
ain't got
him
it all.
like this: Go look at the live. David got blocked.
Who gives a fuck? That's
They'll
irrelevant.
I
be
don't. I
emailing the
don't care
DA
if
in
I.
the morning
Yeah.
talking about David
But
threatening them.
that's
Well,
the thing.
guess
I
what?
don't care if I got blocked for saying if anybody comes up to my face or say that shit to my face on the 23rd. I got blocked for saying that, and I didn't even fucking threaten nobody. I'm just saying, come say that shit to my face. You're saying all this bullshit to me. I simply said, say it to my face on the 23rd.
Right?
I
Don't say
bet,
it
I
behind
bet,
the
I
camera or
bet.
behind the
Right.
keyboard.
Don't say it behind the camera. And as you can see, most of the time I have my face on camera. Like you can see who I am.
And if they
So
come screaming and yelling, talking
I,
shit,
on the 23rd, I don't know who's gonna walk up to my face.
I'm with
But
Holly
if you
because if
walk up
you
to
run up
my
on me, you
face,
certainly gonna find out
say
I'm
that shit
fighting.
to my face,
Right.
and I will show you.
That listen, I am a true
But I
believer
got Bill
of
ready head ass, huh?
run up and get fucked up. Fuck around and find out.
I know that's right.
I don't care if it's male, female. I don't discriminate. I'm an
I'm
equal
scared in real life.
opportunity. I'm
She
an
gonna
equal
ask,
opportunity ass whooper.
are you gonna fight using your hands or a gun? You can never know because people are scared as fuck in real life. I'm scared too. But you know what they say, a scared person to kill you.
Show it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
for
we
her
know
life.
how they will YouTube flip what he said. Real T, what you cooking? I'm hungry. That ain't me cooking. Who is that?
Huh? Oh, my bad.
That's K.
Let me mute it.
Oh,
Look, I
They
always want to blame
baiting.
me for something.
They can't bait me. You know why? Because I just show what they say and I laugh at them.
bait me, baby.
I'm
Bait
very
me.
scared each and every day. I am too. These people are crazy out here. They're crazy. They
Hey,
psychotic. They're deranged.
I'm scared too. I'm a
They're
whole pussy.
mentally unstable and emotionally unstable.
I'm
They
scared
got a
too. Shit.
they're detached from reality.
I'm a whole pussy out here in the street.
So, but my mother used to say men,
I'm
women,
trying to figure out
children,
how the hell they hear all that. Like, what the
and the
fuck?
handicap.
It's called selective hearing.
Yeah, talk
It's
hella
selective.
shit
It's
No,
selective
online.
I'm
hearing.
talking about me
Person
cooking.
terrified.
Oh, well, we hear you.
Yeah,
We
see,
hear
I'm
you
not
banging the
even
pots
talking
and shit
shit
around.
online because I'm scared.
And the
A lot
crazy
of people
part
got
about
to
it
learn to
is,
say less, but
the
that's
crazy
them.
part about it is, I wasn't even when I got blocked on that line. I wasn't even talking shit to nobody. I was being At first, it was like I was telling Quadre. They like you 1 minute, and then the next minute they talking about you. Shit, it is what it is. Sticks and stones, it rolls off my back. I could care less. I don't care who fucking likes me on this fucking internet.
I will do it in the next segment
I
because
would
it
never meet any
goes
of you in fucking
with a
life.
lot. David, no kind of disrespect, but just stay low key. This is what they saying. These
Stay
YouTube
low
streets
key.
because people are scared and get offended.
How the fuck
But
y'all
you
gonna tell
good.
a grown ass man to
But
what to do?
here's the thing though.
I
The
think she's just
internet is
saying
not a
be cool,
yeah,
you know, because
yeah.
they can take what
She
he's
saying
saying
be
But
and
cool.
flip.
he
She
don't
saying be
have to
cool, but
though. He
the
don't
I
have
don't see
to.
internet
that part.
the internet
LOL.
is like a video game to me. It's not
Right.
real.
Everybody
So
has the
I
right
don't
to
take
talk and
any of this.
express
I don't take
themselves.
any of this
Everyone
shit
don't have to
serious.
engage in violence. This is true.
I don't have to engage in violence, but if violence comes to me,
Everyone
I will
has to.
meet violence with violence.
Well, I'm scary and I
I'm
press.
So
not
why?
going.
So why ain't nobody
I'm
mentioning
not
that
going to
when
sit up
niggas
and
just have to engage in violence
argue
that
with
day too?
nobody.
I just think that because it's a lot of women supporters in Romika's side and Holly's side, it's kind of hard. See,
And
what y'all don't
I
understand
never
is David is going with the facts.
right. I never said no one had the right not to feel the way they want to feel. Yeah, but to be honest with you, yeah, kind of because it's like all of y'all feel so emotional about this shit, and y'all didn't know Romika in real fucking life. If you
Right.
knew her in real life, she would probably bully the fuck out of you.
They don't have
why
no
y'all? Why
idea.
y'all? Why all
It's
y'all see?
because the narrative was
All y'all see is a
mom
young
got
mother,
shot in front
right?
of
Young mother.
son's school after walking out. I'm just exaggerating. Walking out of
After
son's
she wrote a
school.
nice little lovely note and put it in his
Yeah,
lunchbox.
exactly. Young mother dies at the hands of baby daddy's
David, be
other
cool
baby
because
mama.
they mad Carlos not in jail, so they want you in jail. I feel that.
Jail is a fucking cakewalk to me. I did 4.5 years. That shit wasn't shit. What the fuck I'm gonna go to
Make sure
jail
y'all
for?
like this video.
I pay
We
my
just
fucking
Apparently, you're
taxes.
gonna go to jail for being on the side of the truth. Apparently.
Oh well,
no, I don't
if
know
that's a fucking crime,
where
shit.
these people come from, but apparently you supposed to stand there, get attacked, get the shit beat out of you, get your head banged in the concrete, get your eye punched out, get your teeth knocked out. You're supposed to just stand there and allow a person to do that because
Matter of fact,
you scared.
T, you saw the video the other
So
night
when do you
of
fight? When do you fight back? When do you fight for your life?
T,
Either she was supposed to
T,
fight back or run and leave her baby.
Oh yeah, not
T.
forgetting that, huh?
You saw the video that Amora played the other night on her live where old girl snatched old girl out the car by her hair
Mm-hmm.
and fucking beat her and stomped her into the ground. And then a couple days later, she died from a brain bleed.
A week later, yes.
Yeah,
Listen, I was
come on
told when
now.
you
This shit.
hesitate, that may be your ass. That's how I was taught.
And that
But
girl never got one hit off on the girl in the fucking purple. She
I'm
never
only
got
a
one
young.
hit off on her.
I gotta be just as delusional as the people. I'm only a young 47, just 3 years shy of 50.
I'm an uncle,
Because
from
I
what
was
I've been told.
taught to hit somebody back. And if you scared and you feel like you can't beat them, then find some shit and knock the shit out of them.
That's what
Knock
I was about to
all
say,
sense
T.
out of their
That's
ass.
what I was about to say.
Fuck if
That's
they
what
got a
my mama
weapon or
told
not.
me. Like,
If you
pick up the
scared,
biggest brick you can and bust
yeah,
they shit
that's
wide the
right.
fuck open.
Everything is a weapon. Shit, I get to start throwing people. Got me fucked up.
Because trust and believe. As good as I look now this day, oh, back in grammar school, I was bullied like a motherfucker because
Holly
I was the
coming home.
lightest and everybody
Right.
thought I was white.
And we gonna start using that hashtag right before, like a couple of days before she go to court on the 23rd. Because what y'all don't understand is Holly got a dream team, honey. Ari is a beast, yo. I don't care, and they bad. They say because she
Ariane,
married.
Ariane Sierra. Ari and
We
Sierra.
are used to many strangers, so you can find and go snuggle up real comfy. But yeah, she here, what, trying to get a
I think.
rise out of people. She can't get a rise out of. I mean, she just
Hey,
aggravate
the
me sometime when she
the
get to talking, cause she talks in two tongues. If y'all notice,
the only rise
my
a
mama
motherfucker
used to
can get out
tell
of
me
me.
that all the time, cause she know I was a fighter. I am very
I'll
much a
shut up.
fighter, but I
Shut up.
was bullied when I was younger.
See, I was too.
I was bullied when I was younger, and my
Yeah,
first taste of blood, it ain't never happened again.
exactly. Till I cracked the motherfucker with that motherfucking
Yeah, if
brick.
you ain't a Rico, I'm not going
I'm
narrative, but
free.
they no use for you and David. Right. I don't got no use for them, love. I ain't never had no use for them. I tried to go on the platform respectfully, go in the comments respectfully. I was called a dyke, um, retarded,
I'm weak.
um,
The villain from
all types
Osmosis
of
Jones.
crazy shit.
They called you the
Because
villain from Osmosis Jones.
And
I
they saying he
debunked
sound like a 1940 mob boss too.
I debunked the preliminary hearing default order that Romika was served, because they were saying Romika ain't never get no paperwork. Ronika never was served. Ronika never went to court. And the family was playing into this narrative all along. They knew. Because if you're such a close knit family, you knew Romika went to court. But of course, this was the story. Allegedly, they didn't know. But clearly, I played the video. If y'all go back the last couple of days, where her mama Tina said that she was well aware that Holly had a petition on Romika. So
Jesus.
they don't like the fact that I provide proof of the statements that I make. And that's their fucking problem. Take that shit up with the Lord. Because
You
all
a
these fake
devil.
narratives that's out here that, Holly was the aggressor and blah blah blah. You can't possibly think Holly was the aggressor when she's the one that had the stalking order. You can't possibly believe that when she was parked, getting in her car, putting her baby in the car and getting in her car so that she could leave. And this, I don't want to say maniac,
Person.
but
Person.
person, let me
She's
recant
a
that.
person. At the end of the day, she's a person.
Right. But how I'm looking at it, but I recant that statement, jumps out they car in the middle of traffic to say hello. This is what people want me to believe. And because I'm a thinker and I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. I'm also an information junkie. I do my research, my own research. I don't need nobody to tell me anything.
Tell them, tell them we also recovering gamblers too.
Yeah, that too. Listen, I am a recovering crash out. So I get it. When I first came from out the bushes, I said, I see it both ways, right? But when you don't come on, when the family don't come on and tell the truth that Romika was struggling with the fact that Holly had a baby,
And they'll never do that,
that pushed me
unfortunately.
to dig even more. That pushed me to even dig more. And when I did, boy, because I can read and write very well and comprehend. When I seen all of these alleged harassment and stalking, the girl was pregnant. That's what people feel. It had went on before she was pregnant, but she was pregnant and being harassed. That is unfair. Nobody should have to go through that.
She could have stressed herself into losing a baby. All type of shit could have happened while she was
To
pregnant.
see that there was proof and voicemails of how this girl wished death on her unborn. That's evil. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
No
I don't
regards
give a
for
fuck
human
how
life.
mad she was. I don't give a fuck if she felt the girl took her baby father. I don't give a fuck broke up her family. You don't wish death on nobody fucking baby. And half of them Romika supporters wish death on the baby that Holly is carrying right now.
Yeah,
But
that's some
they
fucked
call
up
me a
shit.
fucking devil. Shit.
Boy, boy,
That's
boy.
godly, I guess.
Boy,
I
boy,
don't care
boy.
if Holly jumped in a conversation that Carlos was having. Guess what? It was by her goddamn car door. Her driver's own car door. I'd have been asking her too, bitch, why are you here?
I'm screaming.
Over this nigga? I'm gonna leave and take my baby and go about my fucking business. Go ahead, man.
Didn't they say she said, I'm tired of you fucking with everybody behind this nigga? Ain't that what she allegedly has said?
Obviously, she said something
It was
to her,
either behind this nigga or
but that's
behind this bitch.
allegedly, right? We won't know that till we get to,
Allegedly.
we go to, you know, we hear the court transcript. We'll know
Wit-
what was said and what wasn't said
Witness
because
number two was the
witness
one
number
that
one
heard
was
it.
there.
Witness
No,
Right.
number one was there.
fuck not
Witness
witness
number
number
two,
two. Witness number one was there
From start to finish, huh?
from start to fucking finish. That's where they got it fucked up, and that's why the fucking family is mad because they feel like he should not be a witness because Romika loved him so much and she was just the best person to him. She caused him hell.
his statement is gonna hold the most weight.
The fuck? That's why they mad for real, in real life. Cause he's gonna tell the truth. If it wasn't the truth, he could just have said that and have his son right now if that wasn't the truth. So he got to stand on some type of principles.
They forgetting that Holly is still his child's mother too.
Right. And that's my
Exactly.
$1 million question. And can anybody answer that? They still can't answer why she stopped and talked to someone who was stalking her and she had to move and change her number. Right.
Right, because y'all
And until
said
somebody can answer that question,
Romika had moved
I
on.
will be Team Holly.
Y'all said Romika had moved on. She didn't want to have nothing to do with Carlos, but then y'all want to throw out
Because
the
I'm going to
theory of,
tell you
oh,
this
she
right
stopped to
now.
talk to her baby daddy.
You
It
got to
can't be
have a
both
lot of
ways.
fucking balls. You
Don't
got to
forget
have
she
a
was
lot of
scared of him
balls.
too,
Listen to
apparently.
this is what's pissing me off. You got to have a lot of fucking balls for a motherfucking judge to tell you that there's a petition for a stay away order from you, on you, and for you to motherfucking pull up after not going to court. You had a lot of balls, man.
Oh,
Cat lady, the situation was already escalated when she pulled up. The situation was escalated when she pulled up. Had Romika just kept going and made that right on State Street and headed towards work, none of these conversations right now go on.
shit, we all wouldn't know each other right now. The hell?
Again, I'm going to say this again for the people in the fucking other chats can hear me. You got to have a lot of balls. All right? Quote me on this. To go to court for a non-stalking order, no contact, not show up for court, and then pull the fuck up on another day and jump out your car in mid-traffic, man.
I don't know why it's funny when you yell, but that shit is funny.
Oh, fuck out of here.
It's the New York accent.
Right.
I'm waiting on her right now to say
She pulled up to
I'm
say, "What
walking
up,
over
baby
here.
daddy? I love you."
I'm waiting on T to just bust out and say, I'm fucking walking over here.
The fuck? And everybody trying to make motherfucking sense of the shit. Ain't no fucking sense. The shit wouldn't even happen if she didn't fucking pull up, man.
Wallahi.
He gonna
Yes.
see his son.
And
He
I
gonna
heard it
see
from
his son.
Los's mouth. Hold on.
He gonna
I heard it
he
from
gonna see his
Carlos's
son.
mouth his fucking in his interview. Well, not interview, when he was on his page, and he said, I had him more than his mother had him. That's why I'm mad. Cause it ain't that many got good fucking fathers out here. They might be piece of shit boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
They might be piece of shit fucking husbands. But you can't take nothing away from that man about being a fucking good father, yo.
Shit, even Romika's family didn't take that away from him.
Even
You can't
Romika said it.
you can't never say his lack of participation because Los had that boy all the motherfucking time.
So fuck what these people is talking about.
Lil Los and all his little cousins go to the same school. He would have
Well,
them
I have a
kids
question. If
all the
witness
time. He'd
number one
have
is just a
all of them.
witness, who is the money he gotta pay? What? Go back.
What was that?
Y'all gonna push my live back even more with these comments, but hold
And
on.
he gonna get his son back because he went to
We're
court.
gonna talk about that
And
next segment. We're
okay.
gonna talk about that next segment. Hold on.
All right.
Don't even rush it.
I know that's right.
Make them come back. Because the shit I'm about to show and the shit I'm about to say, I'm still trying to read this comment. Where it go? Back in the 20s, I pulled up. Okay. He was supposed to have his son. Romika was working and going to school. He definitely did.
Nine
I can't
times out
even
of
find a
10,
comment no more.
9 times out of 10, if all of this shit didn't happen and Romika dropped Lil Los off at school, 9 times out of 10, Los would have been picking Lil Los up from school.
Listen, if y'all can't see in the videos that he posted alone, because y'all know y'all been stalking his page, how much that little boy loved his mother and his father. It was not a one-sided thing there.
It surely wasn't.
Shit. How heartbroken he was when Romika pulled up at that, what was that thing? That festival? What was it? Reunion? What was it?
Lil Los, at the, what's the name? At the, that was Juneteenth. That was Juneteenth of
Juneteenth.
this year.
Did you see how heartbroken he was that the mama pulled up and he told her, take your son? Because guess what? He was going to have him a good night that night. That's what he thought. But then she still pulled up again. Because couple of them videos is the same damn day. But y'all listen to them phony ass content creators that making up all types of wicked ass narratives and shit. Stupidness. This family is broken. They got brothers that might not know each other. Might not be able to bond. That's sad.
You know her family gonna poison his mind. Oh, your brother's mom unalive your mother.
Her own death. Listen, if Romika didn't pull up, fuck, you got fucking content creators and people saying justifying why she pulled up and she had a right to pull up and but did she have a right to
That was her right because she's not married, she doesn't have a ring.
So you got a pit bull, you got a dog, right? The dog belong in the house, but do he got a right to bite the motherfucker that come through the door? The fuck?
I'm still trying to figure out how she got it right when she said that she was scared of him.
Oh no, they missing that part. Let them tell a narrative. They was living happily ever after. Holly came in and broke up the happy home. That motherfucking home wasn't happy.
I don't know who going up to have conversations with the person they scared of.
And what they fail to realize is Holly at the beginning was not the only one. Los had bitches. That ain't the only one she went after, but that was the only one that gave her a run for her money. You know why when I say gave her a run for her money? Because she had a baby that made her Romika's equal. And she didn't, that shit didn't fucking sit well
And
with
she
her.
had that baby in 2 years. Or less than 2 years. I don't fucking know.
But I got posts from Romika page where she was wanting to have another baby with Carlos. Ain't nobody talking about that. They should have got her some help. That girl was deteriorating, man. And I know because I've been a Romika. Finding out somebody you fuck with the long way, whether y'all together or not, having another baby by another motherfucker, that shit is betrayal in your minds. That shit is heartbreaking. That shit crushes your whole fucking world, man.
Right, but if you moved on, then where's the issue if you supposedly moved on?
But you can't expect help from your family if your family is just the same way as you. There's no logic in
The
that.
truth of him realize his mother is what's going to make him feel away. And it probably will. So I would get him counseling. I would get him therapy early on. Early on.
What I would do is
Yeah, that's what they said. Look, Keisha, they planned it. Who the fuck plans to murder somebody with they fucking 5-month-old, well, unalive, with they 5-month-old and pink bunny motherfucking slippers? Make that shit make sense. Had Romika been like 5 minutes sooner, Holly would have had that baby in her damn arms probably. But ain't nobody talking about that.
I just want to know how she planned to murder somebody in the way she pulled up and how her car was parked. How do you plan that? Oh yeah, I forgot they said that they lured her to the over there. I forgot they.
Then
said
they got all kind of funny ass narratives. They moved the motherfucking body that make it look closer, like it's closer to Holly car. Like what type of
no
fucking
the blood stains nowhere else but right there by the door.
But what everybody fails to realize, and they should have him in therapy, right? But he needs to go to therapy with his father. Because no matter what, that boy is always going to love his father. And most boys in Chicago, especially, need that man in their life. Yeah, and guess what? He's going to do some more counseling with his father. Yes, he is. And if y'all think for 1 minute that little baby is going to say he don't want to be with his father, y'all crazy as hell too. But that's why I got my own platform, because I'm going to say what I want, when I want, how I want, and ain't nobody going to check me about this shit. They do need group sessions. Because I believe He's too young even to understand now. You know how many kids lose their parents and don't remember anything? Not till they get up in age because they block out so much that they start having like flashbacks and things they think they like dreams, but of little bits and pieces, and then they need to go to therapy because they bugging out because they keep seeing shit that they don't make no sense to them. That boy is going to be in therapy for the rest of his life. It may not be consistent, but it's going to be ongoing therapy here and there, because when his life falls apart, he's going to wonder, where his mother, he's missing out. But he's also going to understand when he gets older and get into relationships how some of these women be tweaking. Be tweaked out. And I pray that he don't have to, because, sometimes generational curses repeat themselves. That it don't be him unaliving somebody, because, you know what I'm saying? So they need to just go on and get him the help that he need and not deny it. But he need counseling with his father before he need counseling with a grandmother or an aunt or a cousin. And they keep trying to X this man out his life, which is not going to work because he got rights. But we're going to talk about them rights in the next segment. I'm going to go on and check out now because I'm supposed to start it at 10:30. So if I don't at least get 15 minutes to breathe, because this shit right here,
shit is ridiculous.
I can't either. I can't wait till he reunites with his father. Because if y'all think that anybody that think that Carlos wanted this to happen, they need therapy. You see this? Lakeisha said that my daughter is 30 and her father was locked up when she was 6 until 2 years ago. I see now that she should have been in therapy. He went for unaliving her sister, who was 6 months. Yes. And that's a lot of things that our Black communities do not feel that they need therapy. That like therapy is for pussies or something. Who is pretty? Hey chat, I have a question. Did Meek stab Carlos twice? She stabbed him and she cut him. Am I right, David? Where is he at? I don't know.
She cut him on his ankle and then stabbed him in the middle, the palm of his hand.
Okay. See? I ain't say it like David said it, but I think it's the same. It's too much for a child. And let's clarify this. His name is Carlos Amir. Now the family wants him to be called Amir, but his name is Carlos. So that alone, you're trying to erase his father. He's been called Carlos for 7 years of his life. Little Carlos. And now a month or 2 months, and y'all calling him Amir.
Romika didn't even call him Amir.
Right, that part. A name is a name, but Carlos is still his father. Exactly. It's a lot of people that just can't, because what gave them the right to change his name? What gave them the right? He's definitely gonna be missing his mom and his dad. See, that's what people feel. Yes, he's gonna be missing his mom, but imagine the dad has done all 6 of his Christmases. Holly was wrong. I don't feel that way. I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. The low in consideration. All right, I'm going to stop this live. And I'm going to change the time because I'm going to give myself 10, like at least 20 minutes. But I'm going to stop this live, guys. So in like 20 minutes, we're going to come back, okay?
Just let me know. I'll be here. Call me on Facebook. So I know.
Okay.
All right.
No problem.
Bye, chat, because I got to prepare for my next one because I got to breathe.